Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLE350. This GLE is currently showing just over 53,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll be taking you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior of this SUV, as well as going over some of the more interesting features. So starting here on the outside, we'll take a look at this metallic gray paint scheme. It's in nice shape, though we do find a couple of very small dings on the exterior that of course we'll highlight as we make our way around the vehicle. Looking here at the hood, you can see the paint's in very nice condition, nice glossy finish there, and you know, we don't have direct sunlight, but it's got very limited scratching, and it really pops in the sun with all of that metallic quality in the paint. But let's go really close to the body panel so as to look for any dings, dents, or scratches. We see one very small ding on the body line just there. Carrying on to the driver's door, no issues to report there. Same goes all the way to the rear of the vehicle. It all looks great here on the driver's side. Now taking a look at our wheels, we have an interesting setup here. These 20-inch piano black wheels with a nice glossy finish. They look great, and they provide a slightly more interesting contrast than the traditional silver wheels that you're going to see on these SUVs rolling around. They do have the AMG branding there on the bottom right corner, and they're presented very well here on the driver's side. Now, taking a look at the front fascia, right in the dead center, of course, we have that Mercedes Panamericana grille with the vertical slats, with the chrome accenting. Gives it a really elegant appearance up here at the front. It all started with the Mercedes AMG GTS, and then that grille design started to trickle down into the AMG models, and now they put them on a limited number of their other models, including here in the GLE, and it looks great. Looking here at the headlights, good condition on the lenses, and I love the way those headlights look inside. They have that almost effect of eyes, and it gives it a really unique appearance in the front, almost a little bit of extra soul here at the front. You'll find very few rock chips across the front bumper cover. That chrome trim on the lower portion looks great, and same goes here for the passenger side. Now, taking a look here at this wheel before we make our way down the vehicle body, again, presents well here at the front. And now we'll go really close to the panel. You'll see a very small kind of imperfection in the very corner of that bumper, but it is pretty subtle. And now let's make our way back on the passenger side. You'll see another very small body line ding just there, slightly larger than the one on the other side, and one more as we pass just there. And making our way to the back, the rest looks nice. Finally, this rear wheel in nice shape, though hiding a little bit down there right at 7 o'clock or so. You do have a small amount of curb, but it's not too bad. Now here at the rear of the vehicle, it's all very basic. You have that chrome trim as you would expect, some chrome accenting on that loading area, which is a great place to look to see how the previous owners cared for it, because a careless owner will drag cargo across that and mark it up very quickly, even on vehicles with half the mileage as this one. And as you can see, this one looks great. Across the back, some more chrome accenting flanked by those dual exhaust outlets, though the exhaust actually exits just behind those bits of trim. Taillight lenses look great as well. So now let's make our way to the interior, where you'll find it beautifully accented with this nice tan leather all the way through. Now looking here at the driver's seat, very nice condition with minimal wear, and the color all presents beautifully. Same goes for the passenger seat. And let's make our way in the vehicle. Now, looking here at the door card on the driver's side, we have that nice satin brown wood trim with only a little bit of wear just there, and that nice darker brown leather to accent the lighter beige throughout the interior. I'll waste no time firing it up with the start-stop button just there. Fires right up, no hesitation. No warning lights or anything on the dashboard. It all looks great. Looking here at the steering wheel, we're going to see that rich dark brown color that we saw on the door. You only have a couple bits of wear on either side, which is very common to find in this modern era of Mercedes with this particular steering wheel. You can see the buttons, however, all look very nice. You do have your gear selector stock in traditional Mercedes fashion just there on the column. Looking here across the dashboard though, that all presents absolutely beautifully. Looking here at our infotainment screen, if you see any flickering, that's only due to the camera's effect. However, it all looks great here in person. Now I'll throw it in reverse to show you that beautiful top-down 360 camera, as well as the regular traditional backup camera. As I put it in drive, you see it transfers that right camera to the forward view. So if you're doing a bit of parking and really want to get up close to something, you have that ability to have eyes just at the end of your hood. So that's great to see. You also, of course, have a full color navigation display, as well as all of the other amenities you would expect from a modern, high-end infotainment system such as this one. The screen looks great. All the controls work. Very nice. Looking here inside this gorgeous piano black trim, we have the traditional kind of control center. It all looks great there. Heated seats, traction control, parking sensors, hazards, essential, buttons just there. A little bit lower, we have our climate controls. All of those controls look great as well. Now here's a really nice feature. Just here under this gorgeous satin wood trim, I can roll this away, revealing what appears to be some traditional cup holders, and that's great. But you see that little metal lining on the inside. Now that all ties into this button here. Now one push of this button is going to cool these cup holders. That metal wall is going to get nice and cold. You'll actually see it start to frost up on a humid day. It gets so cold. And that means, of course, if you have a nice cold drink, it's going to stay cold for longer. That's a great feature. But then one more press, and now you see the ambient lighting change to red, of course, signifying that those walls are going to now heat up, keep your hot chocolate, your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be. It's going to keep it nice and hot for a lot longer. Really nice convenience feature, and I love seeing them optioned in these SUVs. Now your control center here, of course, your drive mode selector, various other controls just there, and your infotainment traditional Mercedes controlling pad just there. All very easy to use and easy to understand once you get the hang of it. And finally here in the center, you do have that dual armrest that opens up, kind of butterfly, and that reveals plenty of storage. But next up, let's take a quick look under the hood before we make our way to the rear of the vehicle. I'll meet you there. All right, so here under the hood of the GLE350, we're taking a look at the engine bay. You can see all of the plastics presenting very nicely all the way around the outer portion here, as well as in the back by the drip tray. Your braking system, all the intricate connections look great as well, and you hear the engine idling away quite happily. Here we're looking at the 3.5 liter V6 that you'll find across almost every single Mercedes-Benz model available. It's an excellent motor. They use it across all their models for a good reason. In this particular trim, it's going to produce around just over 300 horsepower. I believe it's 305. And right around 275 pound-feet of torque. It does that incredibly smoothly. It has a nice, rich sound to it. And again, the smoothness is really the standout, as you would expect from a Mercedes product. It's an excellent motor, and it's well suited here in the GLE. Now taking a look at the second row of seating, we're gonna find these seats in very nice condition here in the back. Of course, those headrests can be lifted up. They're stowed low because it gives the driver better visibility behind through their mirror, but here it's easily deployed. It's tricky to put it down with one hand, but I'll try. So as you can see, it does deploy. Then I just push this button on the side and it easily slides right back down. So I have the driver's seat position where I would comfortably drive the car stretched back, no compromise whatsoever. And I'm about 6'4". So as I climb in, you see 6'4", sitting behind 6'4", you are golden. Absolutely plenty of legroom, no issues there. And one quick feature I'd like to point out is for your second row passengers, you can deploy this sunscreen on either door, and that's a wonderful feature. And they easily deploy back. There's no issues with the retraction there. You see a lot of these vehicles, they don't show you these things, and you can deploy that sunscreen, but putting it back can be a real nightmare. So we always like to show everything that we can. One-touch operation is gonna raise up this tailgate, no problems there. As we can see here, or the hatch rather, as we can see here, carpet is in great shape here in the back. You have a couple of all-weather floor mats for the front, as well as this privacy blind to keep your cargo out of view from the side and rear windows. Finally, one touch drops that hatch right back down, latches into place with a soft close, and you're good to go. So if you have any further questions about this Mercedes GLE350, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you will find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.